Here's me last year, and here's me now. After having shoulder surgery, I lost all my muscle and had to restart what I had worked on for a year. I started to take working out and my diets more seriously and gained 20 pounds of muscle back within a few months. This is not one of those BS ChatGPT scripted videos that you've seen before. In this video, I'm going to share with you everything I've learned and implemented so that you too can become unrecognizable. So make sure to watch till the end and your future self will thank you. The first step I want to talk about is your identity or your self-image. Now I know you don't want to take this into account, but it really is important. I literally include this in like every single how-to video that I've made because it's so important. You must identify yourself as the person you want to become. If you want to be aesthetic, you have to identify yourself as someone who eats healthy and consistently goes to the gym, compared to someone who identifies as someone who goes to the gym and eats healthy but goes off from time to time. If you see yourself as a weak and undisciplined person, your mind will find ways to become that weak and undisciplined person. But if you say that you are strong and you are healthy, your mind will find ways to behave like that guy, and that guy is your future self. So you need to label yourself as the person you aspire to be. So I'm talking like a bodybuilder or like a professional athlete. Now something I use when we're talking about identity or self-image is affirmations. I use this affirmation from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I don't have the book, I have it on my Kindle, but it's this 6-step method for desire that you write down and repeat to yourself daily. This is basically your blueprint for an aesthetic and athletic physique. The book uses it as a way to get rich, hence the name of the book, but you can substitute rich in for anything really. I have this next to my bed and I just read it 3 times during the day, in the morning when I wake up, in the middle of the day, and at night. First step is finding out the weight that you need to be aesthetic or athletic. So just fix that in your mind. The second step is to ask yourself, what are you going to give to receive this weight, this goal weight? So I mean, like, are you going to cut some of your free time out to work out more? Are you going to meal prep? Are you going to put more of your energy towards the gym? Step 3 is establishing a date. And I mean like a date where you're going to accomplish this goal. And make it realistic. Like, don't say you're gonna lose 20 pounds or gain 20 pounds in like a month. Step 4 is creating a plan to get to your goal. So I'm talking a gym split, meal prepping, whatever else is gonna help you get to your goal. And then execute that plan. Step 5 is actually writing it down, making a statement about what you're going to give, your goal weight, the time limit, and how much you desire it. And then step 6, you just repeat it to yourself every day, morning, middle of the day, night. Seriously, don't brush that off. Like, that is very important. Step 2 is workouts. Now I made the title aesthetic and athletic because I feel like it's stupid if you're aesthetic but you're like 250 pounds, because you might be able to push 4 plates on bench, but you will not be able to jog down a flight of stairs without being gassed. On top of that, the roids will give you itty bitty nuts. So no thanks. But if that's what you want, you do you, bro. But you're probably not watching the right video. Okay, now I'm going to show you my split. So I do PPL and then combined with 2 upper body days and a leg day and a cardio day. Now it's kind of confusing. I do this kind of split because I do calisthenics and I need to practice tricks like handstands and L-sits, stuff like that. So I need extra days for that. But basically my push day works out my chest, shoulders, and triceps. My pull day works out almost all of my back and then also my biceps. And I say almost because I'm not working out my lower back on Tuesday. I do that on Thursday. On leg day, I hit legs, but I just started incorporating these 2 exercises. These are for my hip flexors and they increase your athleticism like crazy. So I recommend incorporating some sort of hip flexor movements. And then these 4 are basically plyometrics, which is basically really what you need if you want to be athletic. And so I do 2 days of plyo on Wednesday and Friday. And on these 2 days, I do different exercises because in different exercises, you're going to hit different ligaments, different muscles. So I think it's important that you switch it up once in a while. On Thursday, it's all upper body, but with volume. So it's basically my normal calisthenics exercises, but I'm adding on weight. And the amount of weight I add on kind of depends on what exercise I'm doing. Like when I'm doing weighted push-ups, I'll add on more weight compared to when I'm doing weighted pull-ups. Then on Friday, we have another leg day. On this day, I do free weight just because it's very hard to hit your quads when you're in calisthenics. Just like on Monday, I add 3 sets of these forearm exercises because you can't really hit forearms when you're doing calisthenics calisthenics. It's very hard, and not to be that guy, but on squats, I don't go that heavy just because I'm not trying to injure myself. I would much rather just stay in shape and not get injured, so I try not to go heavy at all. But yeah, I'm hitting my tibia, my calf, doing backwards uphill walking for knee pain, but it's also for your quads. And then another 3 sets of plyometrics. On Saturday, it's another whole upper body day, but only specifically for tricks. I'm actually gonna add one right now, I forgot to add. So yeah, like I said, all these exercises are just helping me to master these tricks in calisthenics, like muscle ups, handstands, L-sits, one arm push-ups. You know, those are just a few that I'm working on right now, but yeah. And then on Sunday, I do some cardio, plus a little boxing, just because I'm actually like really interested in boxing now, so I might as well add that to my cardio. It is cardio. But Sunday is basically my rest day. I'm just doing cardio, no resistance training. It's much easier, but I will be sweating like a bitch, so there's that. So all in all, I work out basically every single muscle group, but I specifically target the aesthetic muscles to look more aesthetic. So that would mean my upper chest, my shoulders, my traps, my back, my quads, and abs are a very aesthetic muscle, probably the most aesthetic muscle, but you really don't need to work it out unless you don't have any muscle there. You really just need to have a low body fat percentage and you can easily see your abs. So step 3 will cover that, getting a low body fat percentage, which is really more important when getting abs. And before all my workouts, I don't have it on here, but I do a 10-minute stretch plus a little jog sometimes on my leg days. And I stretch so that obviously I don't get injured. So I'm preventing injury. I'm increasing the range of motion, giving me more muscle, and I'm also increasing the blood flow, which makes every workout way easier. And when I'm working out, I always focus on perfect form. I'm not ego lifting to impress some gym girl, because ego lifting is just stupid. Do not ego lift. And I'm also doing progressive overload so that I am actually gaining strength and muscle. And in all my exercises, I'm doing high reps, and that's because I'm trying to build muscle endurance, not muscle mass. I mean, I probably would add more muscle if I wasn't short, because I'm not trying to look like a mini Pekka or the Trent twins. No offense to them. So yes, lower reps will give you more muscle mass. Higher reps will give you more muscle endurance. And muscle endurance is more needed for athleticism anyway, so I would focus on higher reps for all your exercises. I say you should do 1 to 2 days of cardio, because doing more cardio is going to get you leaner and it's going to increase your athleticism. And I didn't include this in my split, but from Tuesday to Thursday I have soccer practices, so I'm doing a lot more cardio on top of that. And you really do not need a 7-day split. I'm just kind of crazy when it comes to this. I'll explain why later, why I do have a 7-day split. For you guys, I would say a 5 or 6 day split is probably your best bet. But hey, if you want to challenge yourself and do my split, just take a screenshot. Step 3 is your diet, and this is definitely the most important step, especially when it comes to getting an aesthetic physique. So your diet should be mostly consisting of natural foods. I try to eat as much natural food as possible, but it is hard for me right now because natural food is more on the expensive side. The only unnatural food I have is really like protein bars, yogurt, and a few other things. But I have at least 3 fruits a day, plus lean meat and vegetables. I recommend using this app called Chronometer. It's free and you can just easily track your daily caloric intake. And once you know how many calories you have in a day, you can easily figure out how to increase or decrease your calories throughout the day if you're looking to bulk or cut. So I'll leave that app in the description down below. Being aesthetic means you have to have muscle and low body fat percentage. So if you need to burn fat and keep muscle, you need to have a calorie deficit and do more cardio, but still have enough protein intake. If you need to build more muscle, eat more, and do more resistance training. And just a quick tip for bulking that I've learned: when you're eating big meals, don't drink water until the end of your meal, just so that you won't be as full and you can fit more food in the tummy. If you don't know how much protein to have per day, the rule of thumb is basically have 1 gram of protein per pound of weight. So if you weigh 160 pounds, you should eat 160 grams of protein. But if you're bulking, have like 15% more protein. If you have a lot of fat and a lot of muscle, you need to cut. If you have a lot of fat and a little muscle, like you're skinny fat, you need to bulk. And if you're low fat and low muscle, you definitely need to bulk. And when it comes to bulking, Do not dirty bulk. You will not become aesthetic doing that. Just add more servings of healthy natural food and protein. And again, if you don't have the funds for all natural healthy foods, you're going to have to eat a mix of healthy and unhealthy food. Like, I still eat what my mom makes for dinner every night, but I do ask her to include a source of protein so that I can hit my macros. So shout out to my mom. The last part of your diet that I can think of is supplements, which will make your goals faster to reach. I don't take a lot of supplements, but I do take vitamin D, multivitamins, and protein powder. But I also recommend taking zinc, creatine, and ashwagandha. The last and final step is getting an accountability partner. So back to what I was saying before, I have this challenge with my friend that we have to go to the gym every single day. But we do this every single day before 7:20 a.m. And if you don't go one day, we log into their YouTube channel and we post a video basically saying that we are a failure, which we obviously don't want happening. So that's what keeps us in check. This pushes us to exercise every single day consistently and to keep us accountable. I definitely recommend getting an accountability partner. Before I started doing this, I was like pussying out. I was skipping a couple of days. When you're doing hard work alone, it's a lot harder to stay consistent. But when you have an accountability partner, you can never slack off and you can enjoy the hard work together. If you're looking for someone to do this with, join my Discord and meet other like-minded individuals that can be your accountability partner. I'll leave a link in the description, and there's also one in my bio, so go check it out. You don't have to have the same challenge me and my friend created, but you should create a set of rules that you both must follow, and even tell each other how every day went so that you have more motivation for the next day. So far, everything I said in this video is very beneficial to know, but it won't mean a thing if you don't start right now. You won't make any progress if you are not showing up every single day. You have to show up to the gym every single day, even when you don't feel like it, because those are the days that are going to matter the most and give you the most progress. So get your ass off the couch, make a realistic goal, and stick to it for a long period of time. This is all you need to succeed, so I hope this will help you out. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and as always, I hope you guys have a focused, happy, and productive day.